Welcome, race fans. Tonight, Top Fuel Racing takes to the high banks of Michigan with the Indy cars for 125 laps. This will be an exciting race. And thank you for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV. We appreciate it, and these guys appreciate it too. And we'll be back here next Thursday night for the season opener of SMRL. They will be driving the Xfinity car, so make sure you tune in here next week. We'll be back this Sunday night for SRA Truck Series, so be looking forward to seeing y'all here on the iRacing portal. Appreciate it, and thanks again to iRacing for allowing us to do this. It's a privilege and an honor for them to allow us to do this. And a special thank you to Jack Davidson for making this possible. So thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. All right, we're a little less than 5 minutes away from qualifying, and again, thank you for those that are joining us here and watching this great racing here. This is a great league here. If you're interested in the Indy cars, you'll want to join this league, Top Fuel Racing. Look them up there on the iRacing directory and send them an application. I'm sure Scott Brinson, if any of you know Scott Brinson, I'm sure he would accept you. These cars are quite a handful, a lot of horsepower, and they do run some pretty good tracks. They'll be restarting their new season here, I believe, at the end of this month, right after Christmas. So be looking forward to these guys, and they run on Wednesday nights. They're just kind of filling in here tonight, and but they normally run on Wednesday nights. So look them up. Actually, Scott will be joining me here in the booth here in a couple of minutes, and he's going to kind of want to, probably after he qualifies, he'll kind of want to talk to you a little bit, so we'll hear from him. All right, folks, just a few seconds away from qualifying, so we'll step away here in just a couple of minutes and play our national anthem to kick things off, and we will be right back after that.
Guys. And now, the most famous words in motorsports. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Okay, folks, we're back. Qualifying underway at the moment. Looks like Johnny Smith laying down the fastest time so far. Scott Brinson, second place. No points here tonight. This is just an exhibition race here, kind of like a league recruitment race, so to speak. I guess kind of trying to get the Top Fuel Racing League out there, get some guys to possibly sign up. If you want to look them up on the iRacing directory, go ahead and apply, and I'm sure Scott will give you a look. So if you think you got the skills involved in running the Indy cars, they got a new season coming up here at the end of this month, right after Christmas, just before New Year's. They run on Wednesday nights, so I'm still kind of waiting here for Scott to come in, and I think he's out there trying to qualify right now. And he may show up here in a couple minutes, and he can talk to you a little bit more about it. Meantime, enjoy qualifying. And just so you know, some of the trading paints may not be working. Apparently, it's been up and down this evening, so some paints are working, some are not. Apologize for that for the guys. I know I do have a few of them, but most of them are not showing up. Again, thank you all for joining us here at MaxSpeedTV. Please hit that subscribe button if you can get there. If you're on the iRacing portal, down below you'll see the little YouTube insignia there. You can actually go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to MaxSpeedTV, and we would appreciate that very, very much. We may be putting on another racing event here somewhere around Christmas time. I'm not sure. Haven't made up my mind here and decided what day. But we'll be posting it on Facebook and possibly on the website too, MaxSpeedTV.com. But you can check out that and Facebook at Facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV for further information on that. We'll give cash prizes out to certain drivers, well, the top 3 probably. And we also, it was a big hit last time we did it, when we reached 1,000 subscribers. We gave away money to people in chat for answering the correct answer to trivia questions, all dealing with racing. So hopefully everybody can either race in it or tune in and chat for a chance to win some money. It went over big time. Everybody really enjoyed it, and we do have some stuff in the planning for it, but haven't set a date yet. Coming down to 3 minutes left of qualifying, and then we're going to be gridding up here and get ready for some exciting racing. Last time they raced here at Michigan, it was an amazing race. I think they only had like 1 caution, and it was just a fantastic race all the way around. So look for some great racing. Now, I've been getting some reports from the drivers earlier. Look for about lap 20, the tires start fading a little bit, and you're going to start seeing the guys move up the track. They'll be moving up to the outside in the turn. So a lot of guys have been testing that theory throughout practice. They had an 80-minute practice just prior to qualifying, and they've been testing that. So look for that to happen probably around lap 20.
Yeah, and the track gets a little slick when that starts to happen, Rudy. So they're definitely going to have to move up at least a lane to, keep from turning the car all the way around.
Yeah, I was telling the viewers here, Scott, to look up Top Fuel Racing in the iRacing directory if they think they got, the ability and the skills to drive these things on the track, because I sure don't. But look you up and possibly join in the league, huh?
Yes, sir. We're always recruiting. Everybody's welcome. This is still a building league. We've only had 1 season. We've been going since the beginning of September. Our new season begins December 30th. We're going to run 20 races. We're going to do road and oval. We're going to mix some pay-to-enter races in there where you can win some money. So it's going to be a variety of a lot of different kind of racing, Rudy. Short track, big track, road racing, all kinds of different stuff.
Oh, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. I'm looking forward to. We'll be broadcasting for them too on Wednesday nights, folks. Tell them what time the servers goes live and what time races.
We always go live at 7:30. That's when practice starts, except for when we do our Indy 500. Those times will be a little different this coming season because obviously it'll be a much longer race, so we'll start a lot earlier. But it'll always be 7:30 other than that one race, and the race will either start at 8:50 p.m. or either 9 p.m. or 9:10 p.m. every Wednesday night, Eastern Standard Time.
There you go.
And I just want to really take the time to personally thank all the drivers that came out tonight. This is just a fun race. There's no points. There's no money. It's just come out and have some fun, run some laps around this place, and just have a little fun getting back in the car, getting ready for the new season coming up. So I just want to personally thank all the drivers that came out, and I'm glad they could make it tonight.
Yeah, I was just telling the viewers the last time you guys were here in the Indy cars, It was an amazing finish, amazing race. The whole race was just a great race overall. Everybody had a good time too.
Yes, sir. And I'm hoping tonight's race is just as good. And it looks like that's about going to wrap it up for qualifying, Rudy. So it's grid time, buddy. So I'll catch you later, man. Of course, I want to thank you for the official coverage tonight, pal.
Yes, sir. Well, good luck out there, Scott.
Thank you, sir. Have a good broadcast. And I want to thank all the viewers for tuning in tonight. Hope you enjoy the race. We're going to try to put on a good show for you here at Top Fuel Racing. Check us out, topfuelracing.us. Thanks, Rudy.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap up qualifying. Now we're going to grid up. We'll get everybody accounted for on the grid here. Looks like we're going to have about 18 drivers take to the grid. All right, starting on the pole, Ray Kingsbury with a 31.920. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. Andrew Schulte, another great racer, starting in on the outside in the second place. Eric Steinmetz in third. Kerry Cleaver starting fourth. Scott Brinson fifth. Robert O'Neill sixth. Wally Turheimer in seventh. Tony Schoen eighth. Travis Browder ninth. George Bark 10th. Mark McFadden, 11th. Johnny Smith, 12th. Robert Riley, 13th. Matt Kingsbury, 14th. William Kirk starting 15th. Anthony Corey, 16th. John Estes, 17th. And Chris Voiles rounding out the field in 18th position. We're just waiting for them to get going here and get moving. Ready for the to take the green flag here in just a couple of minutes. And again, thank you all for watching here on MaxSpeedTV. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We appreciate that very much. If you got a favorite driver out there, root them on. Tell them how much here in chat, because they'll be able to see that afterwards, or I can let them know just how much you're rooting for them. And they like to have fans, believe me, folks. Every driver, if you're an iRacer, you know you like to have fans. All right, we're going green this time by as they come out of turn 2 here and down the long back stretch. Michigan here tonight, 2-mile oval. They're going to be reaching some very high speeds on the front stretch. And watch for turn 2. I've seen a few of the drivers have a little bit of struggling on turn 2, coming out of turn 2. You're going to want to actually kind of watch at about lap 20. These guys are going to start drifting up to the wall, excuse me. And that's about when the tires start fading a little bit, and the track will get the rubber buildup on it. The dynamic track, just like in real life, and that'll the driving racing line will move up. All right, here we go, folks. Pace car heads for pit road. Ray Kingsbury waiting on that green flag, and green is out. Good start by everybody. They get these things wound up to top speed here. They'll reach it pretty quick. A lot of horsepower on these Indy cars. The DW12s is what they're running. Andrew Schulte goes right into second place. Eric Steinmetz third, and again I apologize for trading paints. Apparently they're having another issue with it or something. Robert O'Neill to the inside of Eric Steinmetz. Them two get really close together. On the outside of Ray Kingsbury, Andrew Schulte. Scott Brinson in fifth place. Kerry Cleaver back here in sixth. Tony Schoen in seventh. Robert O'Neill for the lead. Takes over the lead from Ray Kingsbury. Kingsbury goes back to second, and a little touch in there. Some smoke coming off the tires. Close call. Andrew Schulte and Eric Steinmetz get together. I think we got Robert Riley well off the pace here. Late start for Robert or something there. Robert O'Neill will lead a lap. Again, this is no points on this. This is just a friendly race between racing buddies out here. And we're 3 wide down the backstretch. Ray Kingsbury in the middle. Andrew Schulte on the outside. And Robert O'Neill leads another lap. Ray Kingsbury trying to see if he can't figure out what he's got to do to get back around Robert O'Neill, but Robert's got that low line pretty much sewed up right at the moment. Ray trying this high line. I know he said that when I talked to him earlier, he liked that high line, but later on in the race, when the racing group moved up the hill, as the cars get a little bit later here with the fuel burning off, they will move up the hill for sure. The cars will get a little bit loose and almost get together. Andrew Schulte watching. Looks like somebody backed way out of it there. What happened? That was... Where did he go? Robert O'Neill. It looked like he come close to spinning there or something, because now he's clear back in 14th that quick, folks. Look at the gaggle of cars up here. Holy smoke. Scott Brinson into 4th. I'm not sure why, but George Barks, he didn't show up there for some reason, and here he goes to the lead. And that's not going to show up right because he must have joined a little bit late into the session. But he will take over the lead. Followed by Ray Kingsbury. Andrew Schulte in second. These guys all getting nose to tail here. The draft on these things are really great. Matt Kingsbury in 5th. Oh, we got one flipping, and that brings out the caution, folks. Let's go back and see this. This was Johnny Smith. Holy smokes, what a ride he went for. Let's go back and take a look. I think it was right about in here somewhere. But he come way up the hill right there. That would have been Anthony Corey. Comes way up the hill. Looks like Johnny may have come down too. I guess Johnny come way down the hill into Anthony Corey. They kind of met in the middle. But that puts Johnny Smith up into the wall, and he gets a lot of air time with that Indy car. Up into the fence. A lot of flipping around. So caution out already, folks, on lap 9. Well, I do believe they have one reset. And it looks like Ray Kingsbury, George Bark, these guys all coming to pit road. Not a bad idea taking new tires here. You don't want to be out there on older tires because them guys with the new tires will just gobble them up. Alright, they're away. It looks like George Bark going to get out first. And again, I apologize. I don't know why our IRTVO is not picking him up as the leader, but he is technically the leader. He must have joined a little bit too late in the session, and it did not pick him up as the leader. Ray Kingsbury will be second. Eric Steinmetz, Matt Kingsbury, Scott Brinson, Tony Schoen, William Kirk, Wally Turheimer, Mark McFadden, Kerry Cleaver, and Travis Browder rounding out the top 10. Well, folks, if you ever get a chance to get to Michigan, that's a beautiful track to be at. I'm telling you, it's just amazing. I've been there many, many times for NASCAR races, and it's just a beautiful facility. If you ever get a chance, check it out, Michigan. All right, looks like the lights are out on the pace car, and we're going green next time by. Looks like George Bark has opted to start on the outside. Ray Kingsbury will start on the inside. All right, here we go, folks. Pace car is in. Green, green, green. Ray Kingsbury getting a pretty good shot there. Matt Kingsbury, his brother, immediately goes right into third. Scott Brinson fourth. And he looks to the inside of Matt Kingsbury and will take that position. And now he's going for second. He is all over Ray Kingsbury. Down to the bottom. Cross the line. He did have Ray at the line, and now he's looking to take the lead. Going into turn one. And he will take the lead from George Bark. Down the backstretch into turn three. Still has the lead. George Bark on the high side. Quite the pack of cars there, and we got a second pack in the back. Robert O'Neill leading that group. Andrew Schulte now. Robert O'Neill, Chris Voiles, and John Estes way back. Matt Kingsbury, 6th place. Wally Turheimer getting passed up by Mark McFadden. Mark in the purple number 48 there, purple and black. One of our Canadian brothers doing a heck of a job out there tonight. Robert Riley in the MaxSpeedTV 2 car, running back here in 11th. Anthony Corey, 12th. Johnny Smith gets a reprieve after flipping into the fence there. He will come in 13th. Back up front, Scott Brinson still leading. Gets passed up by George Bark. And now he goes back around George to retake the lead. And George goes back around him once again, retaking the lead back from Scott Brinson. Scott pulls up on his tail, and George will lead that lap, but Scott is going to retake the lead here. Goes back around George Bark. Them guys racing like it's the last lap here, folks. Oh, we got a spinner, but he saves it. Mark McFadden going way back. Gonna have to regroup after that one. Scott Brinson still hanging on to the lead up front. Ray Kingsbury behind George Bark. And again, like I said, folks, Trading Paint's having some issues here tonight. I can try refreshing them once again here, but I just haven't had good luck with it. Trading Paints has been up and down here in the last couple of hours, and some people's paints are just not showing up. It looks like Mark McFadden did come to pit road, and George Bark back out front. Uh-oh, we've got some guys blinking there. I know the Kingsbury guys have been having some trouble. Whoa, really bad. Somebody blinking really bad there. William Kirk takes the lead. He's actually behind George Bark right now. Ray Kingsbury back here in 3rd. Tony Schoen in 4th. Kerry Cleaver works his way around Tony. Kerry Cleaver moving up. Big win for Kerry the other night. Really gave him a boost in confidence out here. Great race. If you missed it there, you can catch that on YouTube. Forget what race that was now. My memory's not the best. William Kirk still looking to try to figure out a way to get around George Bark. George just being extremely strong out there. Go back here and ride along with Eric Steinmetz. Ride along with him for a minute. Oh, a little checking up there, almost getting together. Tony Schoen just trying to stay ahead of him. And Matt Kingsbury drives by both of them. Goes into 5th. Now he's trying to chase down Ray Kingsbury. Ray back here in the back of this small pack up in the front. William Kirk still, whoa, a little out of shape. Gets passed up there by a couple of cars. George Burke still out front. William Kirk in 2nd. Like I said, I know the scoring's messed up there. I don't know, IRTV. I think George come in a little bit late. I don't mean to keep repeating myself, folks, but just want to make sure that I've made that clear to everybody that it does kind of mess it up a little when you come in late. Ray Kingsbury, I'm just going to say it like it is. He's in 3rd. Matt Kingsbury 4th. He gets around Kerry Cleaver. Kerry, a little on the loose side there. It looks like Tony Schoen going to try to get something going on that high side. I'm wondering now if the groove may be moving up already. Turheimer back here in 6th place. Or 9th place, excuse me, 9th place. Good racing by these guys out here right now, though. We've had one caution, folks, in 26 laps. Pretty good. Travis Browder now into 9th. As Wally Turheimer gets by him. 2nd pack back here, 10th place. Andrew Schulte and Robert O'Neill battling it up. And Schulte drives around Robert O'Neill. Anthony Corey, 3.7 seconds behind the leader. Johnny Smith, 13th. Robert Riley, 14th. Chris Voiles in 15th. John Estes, 16th. And Mark McFadden now showing him a couple of laps down in 17th place. So back up front, William Kirk now in the lead. Scott Brinson in 2nd. He's got Ray Kingsbury, George Bart in tow. Matt Kingsbury in 4th place. Eric Steinmetz 5th. Still some good racing going on back here. A lot of guys running the high side, mid to high side. One thing you got to remember, folks, once these things start burning fuel off and you get about 25, 30 laps on it, man, they start getting extremely, they start pushing in the turns. And you really got to lift off the throttle. Kerry Cleaver coming up on Wally Turheimer. Turheimer on the move. Oh, we got a couple into the wall. No caution. I think George Bark was one of them. Yes, he was one of them. He is going to try to make it to pit road. I'm not sure who the other one was. Might have been Robert Riley. Robert coming to pit road here. Well, anyhow, back up front, Scott Brinson in a good battle. William Kirk getting by on the high side. We'll take the lead back from him. And Scott Brinson back in the lead. Ray Kingsbury sitting there in 3rd. He was our pole sitter. Eric Steinmetz, 4th place. Tony Schoen starting to reel him in, feeling that draft. And Eric Steinmetz makes a run on the high side. Ooh, a little loose there. William Kirk, a little out of shape. He comes back and powers it by on the high side of Scott Brinson. Them two racing it up pretty hard early. And Brinson has to lift. And that puts William Kirk in the lead. Schoen to the inside of Steinmetz. Kirk still in the lead. Brinson second. Wally Turheimer. Him and Kerry Cleaver racing it up. Cleaver way up the hill. Travis Browder works himself into 8th place. Good job, Travis. Not sure if George Bart got back out there or not. Yes, he is back into the mix of things. He's, I think he is a lap or two down, though. Brinson and Kirk. Oh, George Bart gets into the wall again. Oh, I think he alt F forward on that one because he is gone. Couple of blinkers out here. Ray Kingsbury and William Kirk battle it up. Kirk to the inside. Kingsbury moving up. He knows what he's got to do. He gets that high side run. So that's telling me the upper lane is working for these guys. Wally Turheimer gets around William Kirk. Now Eric Steinmetz tries it. So the upper lane is working, folks. Actually getting some good runs off that upper side. Travis Browder works his way into 6th. Now he tries to go around William Kirk. Kirk has to really lift out of the throttle. He's back to 7th that quick. And I don't think he's done yet. Andrew Schulte reels him up, and so does Robert O'Neill. Boy, look at all these guys in the back here have caught up now. Tony Schoen coming to pit road. Some guys already starting to come to pit road here to get service, get fuel. Wally Turheimer in 2nd as he gets around Ray Kingsbury. Travis Browder in 5th. He has marched up through the field here today. Started 9th, kind of fell back a little bit after the restart. And now he's running in 5th, so doing a great job. Go get him, Travis. Gary Cleaver, 6th place. Pretty tight up here in the front as Ray Kingsbury gets back around Wally Turheimer. And from there on back, it's good racing, tight, very tight. Steinmetz, 4th place. Brinson's starting to get away. He's out there 1.1 seconds ahead of Ray Kingsbury now. Ray can't catch that draft off of him, so that's not helping Ray any at all. Well, we've got a couple of them a lap down or more. Anthony Corey comes to pit road. Johnny Smith on pit road. Guys getting service on their vehicles. I think Anthony Corey's got some damage. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I might have been seeing things. Johnny Smith coming off pit road too. These guys will be a lap down, but they'll get back on the lead lap here once the leaders pit. Coming around here to take lap 43, Scott Brinson with about a 1 second lead over Ray Kingsbury. Travis Browder now in third. That guy has marched up through the field here, picking them off one at a time, so Travis doing an extremely good job. Steinmetz on pit road. Several of them on pit road. John Estes is now coming off pit road. Like I said, the green flag pit stops are happening. Scott Brinson coming to pit road. Giving the lead up to Ray Kingsbury. All right, Scott's off pit road. Let's see if Ray will be coming to pit road next. It gives the lead back. That will give the lead back up to Scott Brinson here. Let's see. Ray does a 4-tire change or what he's going to do. The jack is up. 4 tires full of fuel. And he's away. I'm not sure if he's got enough speed built up. He won't. Scott's going to definitely get a great run there. And he will power by Ray Kingsbury, and Ray will go back to second. And he's just about exactly where he left off, about a second behind Scott Brinson. And these guys have pulled away quite a bit. Robert O'Neill, Tony Schoen in a battle. This would be for third and fourth. Andrew Schulte, Matt Kingsbury in another battle for fifth and sixth. Looks like Matt will take over the fifth position from Andrew Schulte. Schoen gets around Robert O'Neill. O'Neill way up the hill. And now Scott Brinson's got a 1.6 second lead over Ray Kingsbury. On lap 47, folks. Ray just seems to be hanging on right there, about 1.6 seconds. Can't gain, or he's not losing. He's just hanging there right now. Robert O'Neill, about double that behind the leader, 3.2 seconds. He's got company there with Tony Schoen. Tony's been doing a great job hanging with him. Now he looks to the inside of Robert O'Neill and passes Robert. Let's see if Robert can get the horses up here to power on by him going back into turn one. He pulls to the bottom. And it looks like he's going to do it. They're doing the old, I can't remember what I called that. Switch pass, switch draft, whatever. Swap draft. Trying to reel in them leaders. It is working. They've clicked off a tenth or two here and there. Ray Kingsbury not far ahead of him. They'd like to get up there and race it up with Ray. 3 of them can do that. They would reel Scott in really quick. Back in the field, Kerry Cleaver, 9th place. Anthony Corey not far behind him in 10th. Johnny Smith, 11th. Robert Riley, 12th. Chris Voiles, 13th. John Estes, 14th. Mark McFadden, 15th. And Eric Steinmetz, 16th. And Eric, looks like Eric's coming to pit road in a huff here. May have got a speeding penalty right there, I'm not sure. Brinson, 1.6 seconds ahead of Ray Kingsbury. Well, thank you again for joining us here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. Check out Top Fuel Racing. You can find them in the league directory there and apply if you think you got the nerve to drive these DW12s. They'll be getting ready to start their new season here December 30th. It'll be on Wednesday nights. Room goes up at 7:30 Eastern. Racing at 9 Eastern. Looks like Eric Steinmetz out of the race. William Kirk out and George Bark. So we've lost 3 drivers, folks. If I can get Eric up here, maybe I can talk to Eric. Eric, you got a copy? Eric Steinmetz.
Yeah, I got you, Rudy.
Well, what happened there, Eric?
I was running with Wally pretty good. We were coming up on pit stops. He dropped low to the inside and hit the apron, and I swerved to avoid him, and I just had too much speed on me, and I hit the wall. I ended up in the pit wall. I went 3 laps down, and with the way the race was running, I figured I might as well go get some extra sleep tonight instead of running 3 laps down for the rest of the race.
Well, that's not a bad idea. Sleep's always good. It's always good.
Yeah.
But, did you have fun? I guess that's the main thing.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight. I always have fun racing with Top Fuel. These guys are great racing, and it's just so much fun to race with these guys. It's probably the night of the week I look forward to the most is Wednesday nights because I know I'm always going to have a good race with these guys.
Definitely. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and go get some sleep, brother, and good luck when the new season starts here coming up December 30th.
Thanks, Rudy. For sure we'll be out at Homestead.
All right, buddy. Take care.
You too.
Eric Steinmetz, folks, wanting to get some sleep. Tony Schoen goes to 2nd place. Robert O'Neill back to 3rd. This is a tight group of cars right here, folks. This is from 2nd on back, and they're 2.5 seconds behind our leader, Scott Brinson. 2.5 seconds. That's unbelievable. Tony Schoen goes way up the hill. Robert O'Neill drives by. Ray Kingsbury now to the inside. Robert O'Neill way up the hill. Andrew Schulte watching all this transpiring out his windshield. And these guys, like I said, they're running about 2.8 seconds behind the leader. Andrew Schulte is. Showing to the inside of Robert O'Neill. They're doing this swap pass to try to reel in the leader. And it's working. They've cut 0.3 off of that lead. Well, if you're just joining us for the first time here on MaxSpeedTV, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Ray Kingsbury now going into 2nd. He got a great run there and does get by Robert O'Neill, but Robert fighting back on the outside. He will retake that from Ray. He's finding lots of grip up there on that high side because the track's getting pretty rubbered up here, as what we racers call it. The marbles and the track gets rubbered in. But Robert O'Neill's going to go back quite a bit, back to 5th. As Ray Kingsbury takes up 2nd, Andrew Schulte 3rd, and Tony Schoen 4th. Oh! Schulte into the wall. But he hangs on to it. Wow, that was a piece of driving there. Good job, Andrew. Matt Kingsbury to the inside of Tony Schoen. He's taking a look. Well, if you can come into TeamSpeak, I can drag you down here. I just need you in TeamSpeak with me, and then you can be in the booth with me there, Noah King. I guess I'd be the guy to talk to, huh? Mark McFadden out of the race. I don't know if Mark's still in... Nope, don't see him in TeamSpeak. He must have left. Yep, he must have left. Doggone it. I was hoping I could get to talk to Mark. Ray Kingsbury now 2.9 seconds behind our leader, Scott Brinson. Scott been leading the way here. That makes lap 34 he's led. Taking a look at the race summary here so far tonight, we've had one caution, folks, and we are just a little past halfway now. 15 lead changes. Like everybody's out there right now chasing Scott Brinson. He's coming up on lap traffic here before too much longer. John Estes not far ahead of him in 12th place, last one on the lead lap. Scott's going to start feeling the draft off of him here shortly. And that'll even get him out there a little further. Now Andrew Schulte, 2nd place. Him and Ray Kingsbury battling up. Ray pulling to the inside. Okay. Okay, I thought you were going to bed, Eric.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I had a guy there asking about what he had to do to become in the booth here with me. Well, all you got to be is in TeamSpeak, and I can drag you up here with me.
Yep, for sure. It's always a pleasure to be up here helping color commentate these races, even if you can't race in them.
Well, this has been some pretty good battles going on up here. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Eric. Ray Kingsbury, Andrew Schulte, and Matt Kingsbury. That's been some great racing. And the ones that's really been impressing me is Robert O'Neill and Tony Schoen. Those two, since the drop of this green flag after that caution, they have been just in constant battle back and forth.
Yeah, for sure. They have been charging up to the front, really. Tony's been making a lot of good moves. Everybody's really keeping it calm right now, but they've been making moves trying to get up to Scott. He's out there right now.
Yeah, now they have reeled him up a little bit, and I think some of that may be by him having to deal with lap traffic out there. He did get around John Estes. That puts John a lap down, but could be the lap traffic, or maybe his tires are starting to show.
Yeah, the tire wear here is incredible.
Well, Ray Kingsbury goes back into 2nd. Schulte 3rd, and Matt Kingsbury 4th. Johnny Smith, the next one to go lap down. He's about 3/4 of a lap behind the leader. Well, I guess not. Maybe a little over halfway. A little over half of a lap behind. But he's not that far ahead of the leader. I mean, the speeds are just atrocious here.
Yes, sir. It looks like Kingsbury and Schulte keep swapping that lead back. They're trying to catch up to Brinson right now, and Kingsbury is hanging on their tail.
Well, they've closed that gap up a lot because now they're down to 1.8 seconds behind him. Scott doesn't have anybody to draft with, you know?
Yep.
Well, I do know that they're going to have to stop at least one more time. I believe two.
Yeah, by my calculations, after the last round of stops, you would have had to go 2 more times.
Yeah.
Fuel run here is really anywhere between 30 and 36 laps, depending on how much of a draft you're in, how much fuel saving you're doing. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see Brinson come onto pit road a lap or two sooner before these guys back here who are in the draft and saving a bit of fuel.
Right. They're doing a heck of a job of it. Back here, Wally Turheimer, Travis Browder. Travis was up to 5th place for a while there. And here he goes around Wally Turheimer now, and that will put him into 6th. Wally back to 7th. Tony Schoen now back in 12th, coming off pit road. He'll be a lap down, but pit stops are happening.
That's quite interesting. I think it would be a little too soon for pit stops right now. He must be up to something, and watch out for Tony.
Yeah, definitely, because he's been one to watch out there. He's been racing it up pretty hard. We got another one coming to pit road. That will be Robert O'Neill. Him and Tony were the ones that were racing each other here just a little while ago before Tony decided to come to pit road. Now Robert on pit road. The Anthony Corey coming to pit road, and so is Johnny Smith. Robert O'Neill taking 4 tires, full load of fuel, and he's away.
Looks like Wally Turheimer pushed up into the wall there. He's coming into the pits right now.
Yep. Got
heavy right side damage on that car.
And it looks like somebody else there too. Gary Cleaver. Gary Cleaver on pit road. We're just waiting to see when our leader is going to come to pit road. He's still out here turning some fantastic laps with a 1.6 second lead over Ray Kingsbury, excuse me.
Yeah, that gap is closing. I can see it. They're getting closer and closer by the lap. It's now down to 1.5.
Yeah, this is getting pretty intense. These three doing that swap draft. They have reeled him up from way back. They were like 2.9 seconds behind him, and here they are a second and a half. So it's working. I'll tell you,
Brinson in the pit right now.
Yes, sir. On him. Like you said, he's going to pit a lap or two before them guys.
Schulte's coming in this time too, over the radio. Looks like the 3 guys in that group are conspiring a bit to see if they can keep that draft together.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Indeed.
All right. I can hear him on the radio right now. 4 tires and fuel, guys, and let me go. And there he is. He's out. All right, Ray Kingsbury out there by himself.
Yep, looks like Schulte and Matt Kingsbury decided to pit in this time. Ray decided to go another lap at least. See how well that pays out for him.
I'm watching here now. Schulte comes to stop in his pit stall.
Kingsbury decides to stay out for another lap. He's really pushing his fuel.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to really help him that much because he's still going to have to stop one more time. You know?
Yep.
I believe there's no way he's going to make it 50 laps on the tank of fuel.
Came over the radio, and he's coming in this time.
Okay, we're right on him.
It looks like out of the pit, Schulta, Matt Kingsbury, and Scott Brinson are all together, which means the lead pack has caught the leader.
Yep, and here comes Ray Kingsbury to pit road.
We'll see if Ray can get out in front of these guys. He's got to have a really good pit stop here. He's got to hit his marks perfectly.
Well, Scott Brinson took the lead over in that group. Let's see if they're going to make it around here and pass him or not. I don't know.
Ooh, he looks like Ray got a bit cockeyed into the pits there. He maybe have a longer stop here. He's down and away.
Well, pretty good pit stop, 10.1. It was just a little longer than everybody else's, but we'll have to see here as
Here
Andrew
comes
Schulta.
Schulta.
Yep. Here they
It's
come.
going to be close.
Well, he'll be able to join in with that group anyhow, so
Yep.
he may have to
Looks like
fall to the tail end of it, but he'll be all right.
Looks like Schulta's going to inherit the lead here. Brinson going down the inside right now.
Yep, Brinson's got it. Are you sure you're live?
Oh.
I think you might have been just a tick behind right there.
Possibly.
Schulta back to the bottom. These guys doing that swap draft to try to get away from Kingsbury's. Both of the Kingsbury's right behind them. It's not to be confused with raspberries. Not funny, okay. Kingsberries, raspberry, okay. Queenberry. I know, I'm not a comedian. Never claimed to be.
Well, it looks like these top four are running away because Schoen, O'Neill, and Browder are all alone right now. There isn't really anybody else that's hooked up besides these top four.
Yeah, Tony's out there by himself, and Robert's trying to reel him in, and he's within the grasp, I think, of the draft, but he could really use some help to help him get up there quicker.
Yep. Got about 1.7 back up to Schoen, so
Yeah.
he's got some time to make up.
Wally Turheimer and Kerry Cleaver, boy, I'm getting it out here, right? These two doing a little swap draft back here too, but they're 17 seconds behind that lead group.
Yeah, even with the swap draft, they're not going to have much of a chance at this race unless it goes yellow. And with the amount of cars we have left on the track right now at, what is it, 13? It's going to be very hard for that to happen with everybody so spread out.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Boyle's come to pit road, and he's still sitting there.
Yeah, he's been there for a while now, heavy right side damage on that car. He's probably done for the night, I would assume.
These guys here, I'm telling you what, they are really racing it up hard. Back from our leader on Andrew Schulta, Matt Kingsbury, and Ray Kingsbury. And I noticed Scott's really kind of moved up to that high side, so I'm wondering just how much the racing groove has moved up.
Yeah, Scott was trying to run that high line in practice earlier today, just trying to break it in, see how it was.
Oh,
And
he had a lift there.
Oh, man. Yeah, when you don't hit the high line just perfectly, you're going to go up into the wall, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yep. And now Matt Kingsbury gets around Andrew Schulta. Scott Brinson goes back to fourth real quick.
Yep. At least he maintained the draft there. He did not want to lose that draft.
Oh, no. No way.
Looking at the pit window here, the earliest they can pit is in about 5 or 6 laps here. That's going to be a long fuel stretch, but they could probably make it from around 5 or so laps from here. Be interested to see what happens here.
See, now, if it was me, I would figure that I would pit about the halfway mark. That way, you've got fresher tires both times, you know?
Indeed.
That would be my call. I mean, you know, some guys, I don't think we're going to see anybody short pit it because the tires are definitely, you know, man, you want to try to stay out as long as you can until the tires start going, maybe like around, 20 laps or something, and then maybe stop. But then you're going to have that long stint to the end, and you're going to have to save them tires.
Yeah, you'll see these guys start working up high here as their tires go off. If you really save your tires, you can still be running very close to your race pace that you came out of the pits on.
Right.
I was running that earlier on in the race, and I think they can do it still if they can save their tires a bit here, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, Schoen has reeled those guys in. Look at this here. He's down to 1.8 seconds. He's catching them.
Yeah, he's going to get them.
Wow, we could have a 5-car battle up in the front here. Robert O'Neill wants to be there with them. If he can.
Kerry Cleaver got into a wall, it looks like.
Oh.
He's heading into pit road right now. Front right of that number 69 Autism Awareness car is all bent up and out of shape.
Yeah, I don't have his paint scheme. It didn't come through.
Beautiful paint scheme.
Well, Matt
Hey.
Kingsbury in the lead, still showing the way.
Yeah, how far back Schoen is this time around. And at 1.8, he's falling off right now. He went down from 1.7 to 1.8 there, so he's got to keep at it if he wants to keep up with these guys.
And I just lost another 10th, 1.9. So he is starting to lose a little bit. And so is Robert O'Neill. Robert's actually lost a 10th or two too. So did I just say 2-2? That's a word you never want to say.
No, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys are putting on a clinic out here for the rest of the field because they have been up in the front the whole race. Now Andrew Schulte, he was kind of mired back there a ways, back in like 10th or 11th place for a little while, but he worked that field and he passed up many cars to get to where he's at right now. He still, he still has not led a lap yet today.
That is quite insane there, but that's Michigan for you. You can get the lead in turn 1 and you can lose it in turn 3.
Yeah, that's exactly right, And okay, now he's going to the inside of Matt Kingsbury. This could be his lap to lead.
Remember, tire wear's fitting in here. Let's see if he can make it stick here.
Yeah. Oh, man, he did a good job of it. Matt's right there, but is he going to be able to...
Oh, Matt's going to get him at the line, maybe. I don't know.
No, Andrew led that lap.
Ooh.
So he did lead the first
interesting
lap.
finishes here if it's like that.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy.
Separation at the line. Very close. 4 thousandths of a second there.
Were you in the league when they raced here at Michigan last season?
No, my first race in the league was Charlotte, so it was just a few races ago.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, it was like this the whole race. It was just back and forth, and the ending was amazing. You can go back and catch that on YouTube. That is, on my YouTube channel.
Yep.
Oh, man, that was a fantastic race. They only had 1 or 2 cautions. I don't remember exactly. And it was just one heck of a race.
Just like here tonight, we've had 1 caution.
Yep. Schoen definitely falling off the pace now, back 2.3 seconds. So those guys in the draft up there are really working it.
What that may be is his tires. Remember, he pitted about 5 laps before the leaders did. His tires may be falling out more than the leaders are. He's having to lift.
It could be. Well, these guys, if they're working together up here in the front, maybe there'll be a little communication here between the 4 of them, and they'll all pit at the same time. That'll make it interesting. Oh boy.
Yes, it would be. But you know them. They're not going to do that. They're going to try to find a way to get into the lead. If they have to short pit or if they have to go longer, they'll do that.
Robert Riley back here in 11th place. Last one on the lead lap, and he's got the leaders coming up behind him. Matt Kingsbury, Andrew Schulte back into the lead. Man, what a race up here with between these four. Now, Scott Brinson, he led 50 laps earlier and got loose there coming out of the turn. It might have been a little aero push. I know these things, they get aero push really easy. And somebody's right behind you, close. Oh boy, it'll really upset the aero on that car.
Yeah, tonight's been all about throttle control. You mess it up just one bit, you're going up towards the wall.
Matt Kingsbury, he's been all over Andrew Schulte. Now he looks to the inside, and it looks like, I believe,
Schulte got him that lap.
Yep, Schulte led that lap. Yep.
Again, 0.04 of a second separation.
Man, I'm telling you, this is setting up for a fantastic, exciting finish. I can tell you, it's gonna be crazy, crazy good. Schulte back in the lead. Brinson trying to figure out what he's going to have to do. I think right now he's just trying to ride and save his tires and save fuel.
Yeah, they still have a good 25 laps or so left. He's got time to sit back here and just sit on it and see if he can make something happen at the end.
It's going to be a wild finish, I can tell you that. Travis Browder. Ooh, Tony Schoen on pit road.
Yes, sir. This should be his last pit stop of the night.
Yeah. So there you go. He on pit road, you said about 4 or 5 laps before the rest of the field. He's going to come off. He's going to be
what happens.
First one a lap down, 9th place. As he gets back up to speed. Matt
It looks like Schulte and Kingsbury just into the pit road.
Yep.
Kingsbury, with Ray Kingsbury and Brinson out there leading the pack right now. See, Wally Turheimer is in. Those two continue to circulate, making that fuel stretch.
Well, and right now it's not so much that they're thinking about the fuels; they're thinking about their tires. You know, like we said, you know, if they can get to that about 20 lap to go mark, and then stop. I don't know if they can make it that far, but with that 20 lap to go, boy, that'll prove to be an interesting finish because they're going to have newer tires, you know, than everybody else.
Yes, sir.
Well, pretty much everybody else is pitted now except for Scott and Ray. I don't believe Travis Browder did. Travis Browder needs to come to pit road. And he's in 3rd place right now, but he's a long ways behind them guys. 7.8 seconds. And Ray and Scott are just, I think they're just having fun out here right now, just racing each other. You know, they're in a league of their own right now because they're so far ahead of the field, and when they stop, they're going to still be ahead of the field. So this is going to be an interesting finish.
And if you remember, they said that 20 laps would be the tire fallout point. We are 24 laps from a finish right now.
Right. That's what I said.
They're probably waiting for that window to open up so they can run as hard as they can on those tires without getting them to fall off.
Exactly. If they can make it to about the 20 to go mark, that's what we're going to see. We got one off in the grass there. I was trying to see who that was. Anthony Corey. He's going to have some
He's
wind
had a good run
damage.
tonight,
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, and he's trying to get it back out there on the track, but he's driving clear around on the grass. Ray back underneath Scott Brinson for the lead.
What you're going to see here is when they pit in, Schulte and Matt Kingsbury are probably going to be about, I don't know, probably half a second or so in front of these guys. But what's going to happen is Schulte and Matt are going to slow down because of their worn tires. Ray and Scott are going to be able to catch right back up to him and get him at the end.
That's exactly.
This is setting up to be interesting.
Good pit strategy, though. That's some good thinking. You know, I mean, you know, not that you don't have enough to do out there on the track when you're driving and watching the other drivers. and paying attention, hitting your marks and everything, but thinking about your strategy on pit road and when you think you want to pit, knowing when them tires are going to fall off, and making that decision while you're out there trying to do all this other stuff too. You know that as a driver yourself, Eric.
Oh, trust me, there are plenty of things to do in that car.
Yes.
You know what? We get lucky. It's a fixed setup here. You don't have to worry about running your weight jacker or your bars or any of that stuff. You just go and you figure out when you have to pit, and you watch for what's going on around you. Easy, but it's hard.
Well, get ready for an exciting finish here, folks, because this is going to get crazy.
All right, they're in the pit window for the tire fall off right now.
Yes, they are.
Let's see who dives in first.
See if you hear anything on the radio, if any of either one of them two say anything about coming to pit road.
I don't know about you, but I wouldn't.
You wouldn't say anything?
No. I don't want to tell him I'm pitting. I want to make him go out another lap. Ooh, Ray got a little bit of tank slap there out of the corner.
Well, they're starting to feel that with them tires and the light fuel load right now.
No, he just called. He's pitting in this lap.
Now, here's the thing that
Brinson follows him.
Another thing that you want to think about too. The longer they stay out there, the more that Matt Kingsbury and Andrew Schulte are reeling them in. But like you said, they're going to come out with brand new tires.
Oh, Brinson's coming in too, but he got slowed down by Johnny Smith there.
Oh, boy.
So both Kingsbury and Brinson are on pit road this time. We'll see where they come out at.
Looks like Travis Browder's coming in with them, so he'll be coming in third.
But he'll probably come out fifth or so. At least.
Yeah.
Ooh. Kingsbury got in a bit sideways there. Brinson more on his marks.
Ray will get out first. Scott Brinson will be second. But here comes Matt Kingsbury
and Schulte.
Yep, there they go. Now let's see if Scott can reel them in.
Oh, I think Scott may have just lost out here. He's
something
out
happened.
of Bateau right now, and it looks like Ray got stuck in Bateau, so I say Ray's probably in the best position to win this race. But you know, those Kingsbury brothers, they like to beat each other, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, this is going to be the two brothers right together. Well, the thing that Ray's got going for him is he's got quite a bit newer tires than Matt. But Matt and Andrew are in that swap draft thing that they had going on. And Ray's going to fall back here. He's actually quite a bit off the pace.
He may have a problem here. I think Ray Kingsbury has a problem.
Uh-oh. That's not good. What kind of problem? Are you hearing anything on the radio chatter?
No, I'm not, but his speed is not going. He's not even getting to 220 on the straights. In the draft, you'd get to 230 on the straights.
I wonder if he lifted to catch up, let Scott catch up.
I don't know.
Because it's probably going to come down to them too. They're going to do the old, they're going to do the swap draft here, I think, and they're going to reel up the Matt and Andrew. But I'll tell you what, they better get on it.
I don't know why Ray would do that, because they are now... They are far behind the leaders now.
2.6 seconds back.
He looks fine. I don't know what it was. Maybe he hit the... I don't know. I mean, I've seen this stuff happen in the real IRL and card and whatnot. But maybe he hit the pit limiter accidentally. Maybe he hit the ignition accidentally. I don't know. But you just wouldn't do that in a normal race. You wouldn't drop back out of the lead pack when you've got the advantage there.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you would either. But boy, that put them back here a little ways. And I don't know. They've got their work cut out for them with only 15 to go. Maybe they're just doing it to make it interesting. Get that drama going. Man, we got to keep the viewers on the edge of their seats.
For sure, for sure. Top Fuel isn't a race without drama.
Yeah. Well, Matt and Andrew up here putting on a show. racing it up, and they're doing the swap draft amongst them two to try to stay ahead of Scott and Ray. And I'll tell you what, they're doing a fantastic job of it because they're still 2.7 seconds back.
And they're still running a faster pace than Ray and Brinson are right now, about 0.03 of a second faster a lap. So,
boy, that's interesting.
They're not just putting on a show; they're pulling away from third and fourth. Maybe a 2-horse race from checkered flag.
Well, I'm not taking anything away from either driver, but I'd have to put my money on Andrew Schulte. If it come down to just them two racing, nothing against Matt, they're both great, excellent racers. I think Andrew's got the, I don't know how to say it. I think he's got the gumption to want to win this. He's been denied so many times, and it's a shame that he gets denied like that all the time. But Matt Kingsbury back in the lead again. Like that? Is that what you're talking? Now Andrew Schulte going back, and Matt Kingsbury retakes the lead. They're down to 2.5 seconds behind him, so the clock is ticking here. They're running out of time, Eric.
Yes, sir.
Scott and Ray are running out of time. They're quite a ways back from them leaders.
That gap is just not closing at all.
Well, they've picked up a little bit of time, a couple of tenths, raised down to 2.4 seconds. Now, them guys, the leaders are coming up on some lap traffic. I wonder how much that's going to come into play. They get around, let's see, who was that? Johnny Smith they got around, I believe. Yeah, they got around Johnny Smith, okay.
Coming up on Kerry Cleaver right now.
Yep. And he's the last one on the lead lap, and he's going to get out of the way. Well,
I don't know about that. Oh, yeah, he will.
Yeah, he's staying down out of the racing groove for them.
The true strength of a good driver right there, getting out of the way for the leaders. Andrew giving him thank you over radio there.
Very good, very good. Lots of respect in this league, folks, so if you're thinking about joining, respect is a must. I probably shouldn't have said that. It's not my league, but I do know that they kind of frown on it if you don't be respectful out there on the track. And Eric, you're a driver. Something like that happens. You want to communicate to the guys what's going on. It's just respectful to do that.
Yeah, you sure want to be respectful in the league. Any league, I mean, just not this one. Just any league in iRacing. You want to show respect. You want to make a good name for yourself.
Well, they're down to 2.1 seconds, but they got 8 laps to go. I don't know.
Yeah, they're just not catching them as quick enough.
Yeah, they're not going to do it quick enough. You're probably right. It's going to be down to Matt and Andrew up there in the front.
Unless the caution happens or something, and I just don't see that happening right now.
Nope. And we've been caution-free for quite a while. We had one caution there on lap 9, and it's been green flag all the rest of this race. Green flag pit stops and all.
And what a story it would be if Matt Kingsbury could come to win this race. He got involved in a wreck with George Barker earlier, barely damaged his car, was able to climb up from very end of the field up to first right now. He's going at it.
Back in the lead, Andrew Schulte. Started second today on the outside of the front row of Ray Kingsbury. Ray back in 4th place now. They're down to 1.7 seconds. Scott Brinson actually pulling away a little bit from Ray.
Yeah, it looks like Johnny Smith let Brinson and Ray by there. It looks like he got in the wall out of 2, lost momentum, and just let Brinson and Kingsbury by, so they have no cars in between them and the leaders right now. They've got to make this ground up, and they're making it up quick. Oh no, they might be coming back into this one.
I don't know. They got to get that draft. They need to get that draft, and I'm sure Matt and Andrew right now are doing a lot of mirror driving.
Yeah, they are, for sure.
Into turn 3, Andrew Schulte back in the lead. And at the line, Andrew Schulte will lead again, but Matt Kingsbury dropping it to the bottom. And look at this.
Kingsbury now within Duke.
Look at
Up
this.
the leaders. They're catching up.
Oh my, this is going to turn out to be an interesting finish. This is probably going to be one of the best finishes that I've seen in a while here. I'm telling you, if this
2 or more swaps between Ray and Brinson, and they might be able to catch the toe of the leaders.
0.7 of a second, 3 to go at the line.
I think Ray may have it. It's going to be close. They pulled 0.4 off on that lap.
And they're right there.
Yep, they have the toe now.
And what
it looks like Matt and Schulte are probably going to be sitting ducks at this point.
Yeah, what's happening right now is Matt and Andrew pitted, about 5 laps before, or maybe more than that, about 10 laps before Scott and Ray did. And so they've got a little bit fresher tires.
Brinson to the outside of Schulte. He's going to get it done, it looks like. Oh, nope.
Well, how much blocking you think we're going to see? Because Schulte's right there on the bottom.
Oh, it's getting close here. You got coming to the white flag this time.
Brinson underneath Schulte. Having trouble getting by him.
I don't think Schulte can.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Remember, 3 and 4, it's going to be very hard for Schulte and Matt to get a good run off of it. Brinson and Ray with their fresher tires are going to get a better run off 3 and 4. That's how they're going to win this race, probably.
White flag in the air. Here we go. Matt Kingsbury, Andrew Schulte, Scott Brinson, and Ray Kingsbury.
Schulte looking to the inside. We'll see if he can make it stick.
Is Matt going to try to cross over?
Here comes Ray looking on Matt. Oh, man, here we
Oh,
go.
man. Oh, they're going to finish. A lot of blocking going on in it.
Oh, man.
Andrew Schulte wins it.
Got it. 0.005 of a second.
Wow, great job for Andrew, but good effort by Matt trying to come back. That was absolutely amazing. Let's go back and watch that in instant replay here right at the line, folks. I'm going to go real slow right at the line. We'll give them guys a second here to get their breath. And we'll talk to them, but right at the line. Well, waiting for the line to come up. Come on. There it is. That's how close that was, folks. Would you say it was 4/1000ths of a second, Eric?
5/1000ths of a second.
5/1000ths of a second, right there.
Insane finish.
That was
I wish
crazy.
I could have been a part of that.
Ray Kingsbury brings it home third, beating Scott Brinson. That was a close finish there, too. So let me see if I can get these guys all up here and talk to them. First off, I want to start with Matt Kingsbury. Where is he? I don't even see him in TeamSpeak.
I got him, I think.
I don't. You got Ray. Where's Matt? Oh, there's Matt.
Gasoline Alley. Gasoline Alley.
No choice.
Okay, Matt Kingsbury, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, Rudy. How's it going?
Well, that was a pretty close finish, but the one I wanted to talk to was Andrew Schulte. There we go. Andrew, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you come in first tonight by 5/1000ths of a second, man. I know you guys were doing the old swap draft there for them last few laps. You watched Scott and Ray close in on you. I bet you guys were doing a lot of mirror driving. How did you even look out the front of the car?
I don't know. When Ray dropped back for Scott after the last pit stop, we did not think that they were going to be able to catch us. And with us pitting like 2 or 3 laps earlier, whatever it was, I think we had burned off our tires trying to catch back up to him. I had a slower stop, so Matt had to drop back for me. So I think that was a little bit of the difference there, and they did a good job catching back up to us, and it was a good finish, good race.
Yes, it was. But congratulations on your win here today. Did you have a good time? And how was the respect out there?
Oh yeah, I had a blast, and the respect is exactly how Scott wants it to be. It was a good race, and it wasn't anything like Homestead, that's for sure. It was great. Glad to get this race back on track. How Top Fuel's supposed to be run. Absolutely.
Well, anybody you want to thank tonight, Andrew, before you go celebrate?
Thank you for broadcasting this. Thanks for iRacing for showing this all over the portal. Thanks, Scott, for putting this league on for us, because this is a blast. I love driving these cars. Happy birthday to Kerry Cleaver, who it was his birthday the other day, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, thanks, Andrew, and go celebrate. Just don't get too drunk. How's that?
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Good win, Andrew.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, Matt Kingsbury, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, you come in second today, brother, but tell me about them last couple of laps. You and Andrew battling it up, and you seen Scott and Ray closing in on you. What were your thoughts?
Well, we had pretty much put in place that we were going to battle the last 5 laps for the win, but we had our tires fell off there, and they started closing in, so we kept slap drafting, and on the last lap there, we were still working together even, so it just ended up him being out in front, and I tried to, take it back there. It was freaking awesome. I mean, to come down to half of a thousandth or whatever it was, that is so close, and that's such a great race, and I'm awesome that those two guys were able to catch back up to us. It just shows how competitive Scott and Ray are also.
Definitely. Well, you guys swapped enough. You did lead 19 laps today, and Andrew led 13. But the guy that led the most, Scott Brinson, 51 laps he led tonight. Oh, man, that's crazy. But congrats on second place, Matt, and anybody you want to shout out to or thank.
Just the league admins, they put on a good league here. It's respectful, everyone's clean for the most part. And we had limited issues tonight, so that was awesome. I had a little bit of trouble and somehow under green there, and we somehow made our way back up to the front. So it's just amazing, that me and Angie were able to work that great together, that we can close that much of a gap.
Absolutely. Well, great race out there, and again, congrats on second place, and we'll see you here in a couple of weeks.
10-4.
All right, that leaves us with Ray Kingsbury. Ray, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here, Rudy.
Well, you started on the pole today, and man, it was tough going out there to try to maintain. But tell me about you and Scott working together there. You guys were racing so hard and doing that swap draft there at the end to catch up to them too. And man, you reeled them in. Was you worried that you weren't going to have enough time?
Yeah, honestly, we were. Going into pit lane, we were actually going to pit the lap they pitted, but we wanted to pit separate strategies. So when we saw them going down pit lane, we were like, well, we're going to stay out then because we got nothing to force us down. They didn't look like they had that great of a pit stop, so we were pretty confident that as long as they didn't get by us, we were good to go. And then going in the pit lane on our pit lap there, Robert Riley got in our way just a tad, and not on purpose. He's coming out of the pit lane, that's where he is. And I think it was Robert or Johnny or somebody, but
it was Johnny.
Yeah. So me and Scott got split up going into the pits by about a second there, and I also had to take quite a bit less fuel than Scott because I had been saving the whole race and making sure I got as much mileage as I could. And meanwhile, Scott was out front leading, no one to help him. So when I dropped back, it was like almost 3 full seconds, and I was like, I don't know, Scott. I don't think we're gonna be able to do it. I said, I'll try. There's nothing on the line. Why not? And I got back there, and I realized that we can make up time, and I thought maybe if they're battling, we'll be able to make up a lot more. And it seems something happened to them up there because I know when I was working with Andrew, we were running 32 threes. Then I was working with Scott, we were doing 32 ones at some point. So I knew halfway through that run that we were going to get up there. I just didn't know what lap it was going to be. It turned out it was right at the end, so that was kind of scary. We almost pulled it off, Scott, and man, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was a crazy finish, and I was kind of worried myself too. I was Eric and I were in here talking about it there at the very end that you guys had, like you said, almost a 3-second deficit over them too, but you did have a little bit fresher tires, and you did that, started hooking up with that swap draft, but they were doing it too, and for the longest time, you guys were kind of just maintaining. You weren't gaining or weren't losing. And I thought, man, there's just not enough laps here for you guys to get up there with them. And then all of a sudden, you guys just joined right up with them. Once you got a hold of that draft of them up there racing, well, you reeled them up really quick. So,
right.
Man,
That's IndyCar.
Yeah, what a fantastic.
Yeah, we did discover there was a little bit more grip on the bottom with the lower fuel. So when we started figuring that out, I think we were picking up like an extra tenth or two each corner. So I said to Scott, stick it down there and see if it works, because that's the only shot we got.
Yep.
I think we did an extra half car length or so, and it worked out, so that was cool.
Well, very good. Starting on a pole, finishing in third, that was amazing, Ray, and congrats on third. Anybody else you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, the whole top four, that was crazy racing, and Tony and Robert, we had a few good laps together. Unfortunately, they didn't stick with us. I don't know what happened. I think they burned their tires off swap drafting, and then when our group caught up, they just kind of fell off. But yeah, who knows what could have been. Scott had a 2-second lead, and I botched my first second pit stop, and was 2 seconds behind him. If we got hooked up right at the start, we probably would have been gone.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Ray, and again, congrats on third place.
Thank you.
All right, Scott, tell me about your racing out there today before I give the floor over to you, and you can say whatever you want to say.
Man, what a race, huh? What, one caution tonight, Rudy?
Yes, sir. One caution on lap 9.
That is so awesome, man. I'm smiling from ear to ear just for the league itself and for everybody to come out here and put on a race like that, and then the kind of racing that we did have, and then the finish. What a night to have a finish like that, huh, buddy?
Absolutely, yeah. It was one heck of a show, I can tell you that, man. And we knew coming into tonight, Michigan, with these here, the last time you guys were here, you guys put on a fantastic show, and I knew it was going to be just pretty much almost a duplicate, and actually it was better. I think it was a little bit better of a show. When you guys reeled in Andrew and Matt, that was just super. It was just good to see you guys up there. But I'm just going to leave you go. Do you say whatever you want to say here?
Well, first off, I got to thank Ray, because when I come out of the pit stop, Ray, he could have drove off and left me in the wind, and I would have finished 4th place by myself, and those 3 would have raced for it. But he asked me, he's like, you think we'll catch him? I said, only if you come back now. And I was right, because had he waited any longer, we would have never caught him. But I got to give a big thanks to Ray for doing that and taking the chance of not getting back up there and blowing his race and picking me up. And we made a race of it at the end. And I'll say also that I was worried. I didn't think we were going to catch him at one point, because I was paying attention too, Rudy, and I saw we'd gain a 10th, lose a 10th, gain a 10th, lose a 10th.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So at that point, once I think they hit a slower car and we chopped off quite a bit, it just, I don't know, man, it just pepped us up, and it's like we found that extra 10th somehow. I don't know. But just want to also thank everybody come out tonight. Appreciate you taking the time. This was just a fun race. We weren't giving anything away, no points race, nothing. So appreciate everybody showed up that did come and race with us tonight. We got another race on December 16th. It'll be another fun race, and then we will start our new season on December 30th. And we'll be running 20 races. 12 of them will be oval, 8 of them will be road courses, and there will be 5 money oval races in there where you'll pay $15 to enter, and we'll be giving away money that night. We already had one money race, and it was a spectacular race at Indianapolis. So looking forward to the new season, Rudy.
All right. Well, anything else you want to throw out there?
Well, I just want to thank my mom and my girlfriend and anyone else that might have tuned in tonight, my family, my friends. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Everyone else out there in TV land and on iRacing, appreciate y'all checking us out tonight. If you're interested in racing with Top Fuel Racing, check us out on iRacing. Just apply to the league. Also, check out topfuelracing.us. And, of course, Rudy, I want to give a big thanks to MaxSpeedTV and you for being the official coverage of Top Fuel Racing. I appreciate that, buddy.
No problem. All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching tonight. Congratulations here to our winner, Andrew Schulte. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and special thank you to iRacing for allowing us to broadcast up to the iRacing portal. And special thanks to Jack Davidson for all the behind-scenes stuff that he does in making this happen. So thanks a lot, folks. And until next time, have a good night.